What you're about to listen to is a real-life story featuring Penny, who one day asked her friend about trying the 6-day experience. What she discovered was not only an amazing health transformation, but her financial situation took a radical leap forward following a simple step-by-step formula.
So, Penny, I know that you reached out. You started doing the 6-day experience, and I think you maybe ordered the wrong package at the beginning. And could you just start from there and share what happened?
Absolutely. I do agree with things that Karen has said about not trying to reinvent the wheel, and you really do have to be coachable if you want to succeed at this. And my story starts on October 1st when I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw my good friend Kenny had posted his pictures on his recent weight loss, and I knew that I was overweight and had high blood pressure, and I needed to do something about it. So I replied to his post and said that I needed to lose weight, but I hate coffee. And with that, Paula responded to that and said that she didn't like coffee either, but she doctored hers up. So with that, I thought, what do I have to lose? Maybe some weight, and maybe make some money. So I ended up calling Kenny, and I told him, "Hey, Kenny, I signed up." And he asked, "Well, what did you sign up at?" And I said, I knew that if I wanted to make some money that I needed to come in at the business builder pack. And so I purchased 2 of this, 2 of that, trying all the other coffees. And then that's when Kenny said, well, I wish that you would have talked to me before you signed up, because I would have told you about the other business builder pack that you could buy in at, and he showed me the way that I could have doubled my initial investment. So with that, I realized, hey, I screwed up, and I immediately signed my son up so I could get those samples in my hands. Then with that, he told me, okay, you need to go ahead and start posting on Facebook. And I said, Kenny, I really don't want to post on Facebook because I don't have a story to share like you do, And I said, so I want to wait till I get a story. And I said, then I'll share. Well, Kenny continued to post on Facebook, and I was still doing my 6-day experience, and he had made a post, and my nephew had responded to his post, and my cousin had responded to his post. So I called Kenny once again. I said, okay, you're right. I said, I'm not going to wait till I have a story. Can I share your story? And he laughed at me and said, absolutely, and then said, but be ready for your phone to blow up. And I'm so glad that I listened to him, and I shared that and shared his story. I have bought 2 of the business builder packs so I could get those samples in my hand. So I had 116 of the 6-day experiences. And out of that 116 6-day experiences, I have personally signed up 18 rubies, and I've got 9 customers. But the amazing thing, and this is where it gets big, is that out of the 18 rubies that I have signed up within those 90 days, they have signed up 81 rubies. And they have also signed up 199 customers. That, to me, that is just crazy. But anyway, the other thing I kept hearing everybody say was, we have to duplicate. And so, if I lead by example, the people that were signing up, they're going to, do the same thing that I did. So when I first started sharing the product, I made a list in my mind of the people that I knew could benefit from the product, and then also the people that could benefit or that had been in sales before and maybe done network marketing. So I kind of went at it from that angle, and then I started making some calls. Well, I also want to tell you not to miss any opportunity that you have to share this with whoever, because you don't know. You may in your mind think, oh, I want to get this person because they're going to be really good at this, and they might not be very good. And then you get somebody that you signed up on a fluke, and that person might be your runner. So you want to make sure you do not miss the opportunity to share this with anybody. The very first person that I had the chance to share the 6-day experience with was when I walked into Walmart to buy the stevia that Paula had recommended. I walked down the aisle, and there was a worker there. She said, asked if she could help me, and I said, yeah, I was looking for stevia. I had no idea where it was because I'd never bought it before. And she took me down, and she said, okay, it's right here. And I picked it up, and I looked at it, and I said, I'm 53 years old, and I'm about to drink my first cup of coffee. And then I said, and it's weight loss coffee. And with that, the first words out of the lady's mouth was, I want some. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just going to be so easy. So anyways, that was my very first 6-day experience. Then I ended up going back to the list, and I called my good friend Sandy, who was a Longaberger, sold Longaberger baskets. And I asked her, I said, hey, what are you doing? She said, well, I'm at Goodwill. And I told her, stay there. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Oh, and do you have $20? And she asked what I wanted it for, and I told her I was going to sell her some weight loss coffee. And she told me, well, I don't drink coffee. And I told her, I said, neither did I at the time, but I've lost 12 pounds. So she told me she was checking out, and she wasn't waiting on me. So I asked her where she was going to be, and I followed her to the next store. And when I got there, I talked to her a little bit about the coffee and the experience that I had had. And she agreed to try the coffee and gave me my $20. And I followed up with her. You know, you follow up at the 1, 3, and 5 days like they have told us to. And when I followed up, we did a connect call with Paula. And with that, Sandy decided that she was going to get on board and she was going to sell this coffee too. Sandy now has so many rubies and customers that I can't even keep up with them. And she is doing such a great job of duplicating and reaching up to the leaders and not knowing everything. And I know they have said before, ignorance on fire. And I know that's exactly what I feel like, because I am just so excited about this, and I just want to share it with everybody that I talk to. And I know I don't know everything, but I am willing to learn what these people before us have already done. Well, I then called another friend of mine, Angie, and our boys had graduated high school together, and they'd played soccer since they were in 3rd grade. The unfortunate thing was I hadn't talked to her since they had graduated about 3 years ago. So I knew that if she was interested in this, it was going to be something big for both of us. So when I told her that I wanted to share this weight loss coffee with her, she also told me that she doesn't drink coffee. But that's when I told her, I said, Angie, I said, I really feel like this product has been a godsend to me, and I really would like the opportunity to share it with you. So she told me I could go ahead and come over. So I'd mixed up a cup of coffee the way that Paula showed me how to drink it, and I took it over to her. And she tasted it, and she's like, hey, that's not too bad. So after she tasted the coffee, we did a connect call with Kirby. And when she got off that phone call with Kirby, she looked at her husband and she laughed and she said, I'm going to sell weight loss coffee. And he said, well, you don't even like coffee. And she said, Penny doesn't either, but she's lost 12 pounds. So with that, I told her, I left the 6-day experience with her, and I told her I'd get in touch with her the next day to see how she liked it. When I called her the next day, she told me, she said, hey, she goes, I've got to do some research on this product because it's 5:30 and I am not hungry. I've not been hungry all day. Angie is the Dean of Nursing at Cedarville University here, and she's also a nurse practitioner. And so I knew that she would dig into this and make sure that everything, was up to par for her before she would recommend this. She ended up calling me later that night, about 10:30, and she was so excited after she had done the research on the product. And she said, hey, she said, I'm in. I'm going to sign up. And then that's when she told me that she felt like this product was a godsend to her the same way that I said it was a godsend to me. And then that's when Angie shared with me that they had just found a brain tumor and that she was getting ready to have surgery. And she thought that when I called her out of the blue that I had found out about the brain tumor, and I called to tell her that I'd be praying for. But she was concerned with her grandkids' future if something was to happen when they did the surgery. And she really felt like this company was a way to secure those kids' future. That's amazing to me how God works and has that plan. But with that, Angie got busy selling to people, signing people, and she signed up another good friend of ours, Kelly, and Angie duplicated what I did with her. And when she signed up Kelly didn't even have the product in her hands, but she hit the ground running, and she pre-sold her product and sold her 58 60 experiences in just 3 days. And by the time it got to her, she was already out. So she ended up having to order more. Guys, I really feel like it only takes one person to be a runner for you. And in my first 90 days with the company, I have earned over $10,000, and that doesn't count the money from my 6-day experiences and retail money. I received my first check the first week at $120, and each week continues to get bigger. Week 9, I opened up my check, and I sat there and cried. It was for $2,320. And guys, I had no idea where that money came from. And it wasn't anything that I had done personally, anything that I had sold, but it come from the rubies that have come from the 18 rubies that I have signed up. And I still don't completely understand all 7 ways that you can make money from this company, but I don't really know how the engine in my car works either. But I know if I go out and start that engine each day, that car is going to take me where I want to go. So I also know that if I can continue to share and duplicate what everybody before me has done, then my checks are only going to get bigger. And Karen, I want to thank you so much for putting together the 6-day experience that makes it so much easier for us to succeed with this product. This has been an amazing 90 days.
Get back with the person who shared with you this information and ask them for the 6-day experience that could change your life.